Good morning to one and all. Welcome to today's class. Generally in classrooms we'll be having a recall of the lesson. That is what we have studied yesterday. And how far you have understood it. So for that, once again, just I'll recall the lesson that we have studied about the story of the wool. It contains keratin and in which places we'll get the wool and from which animals we'll get the wool, and the process of shearing. Shearing is to cut the fleece from the sheep by using a spade like equipment, and they'll apply grease to it to prevent the damage to the skin. In this way you have learned yesterday, and many of you have written your homeworks, fill in the blanks. Very good. Be sportive in this way. Now coming to the next points. Here Neelima comes to another stall where she saw a big water tank and spade. Shared skin with hair is dipped in such tanks and stirred with a spade. So what they are doing, the skin that is removed from the sheep, they are dipping it in a large water tanks and they are stirring it with a spade. Often it may be washed under the stream of water as well, and also they'll wash the skin in a stream of water. The water that is under a stream contains some chemicals. Why are they adding chemicals to this water? Because to remove the grease that is applied during the shearing, and to remove the dirt and to remove the dust. And this process is called washing or scouring. These all points are very important. We have learned yesterday about the shearing. Now about the washing or scouring. So after the process of shearing, they are removing the skin and they are washing with the help of chemicals. Why they are using chemicals? To remove the dirt and the grease and the dust. So this process is called as washing or scouring. So what is washing? What is scouring? What is shearing? These type of questions may come. So you have to go through it. Now after washing, cool air is passed over the wool, which makes it softer. So after washing the wool, they are applying cool air. They are passing the cool air to this wool, this skin. Why? Because to make it softer. Now again, next, she is asking her grandpa why they are keeping heaps of fleece at separate places while they are sorting coarse and soft ones as well as broken and long ones and making separate piles of them. So after this, separation is taking place. They are separating the soft wool and coarse wool and long ones and break ones. So during the washing and scouring and shearing, all the wool may not get the same size. So according to the size they are separating, and according to the softness and the coarse they are separating. And unwanted materials they are removing it, like twigs and bits of leaves. This process is called sorting or wool classing. This process is called as sorting or wool classing. First shearing is done. Next washing or scouring is done. Next, the third process is sorting. SORTING. Sorting is done. Sorting in the sense removing the unwanted materials like twigs of bits or leaves and separating according to the size and the softness. Fleece is the soft mass of wool. What is fleece? It is nothing but the wool. Next, how do these wooden fibers get different colors? Now she started thinking, how do these get the different types of colors? So here she saw tubs. There are bleaches and dyes in the tubs. Woolen fibers are bleached and then dyed with different colors. That is, applying the colors in the tubs. These colored fibers are used to make yarn. So after the sorting process, they are dipping this in the colored tubs in order to change the color of the wool. And these fibers then they'll used to make a yarn. Yesterday we have studied in before class 6 to 8 fibers are used to make one yarn. Then these fibers are combed. As you comb your hair, in the same way they'll comb these fibers. but not with the comb that you are using. There is a machine for combing. You can say it also carding, carding. Wool is pulled out through many teeth of the combing machine. So machine will be having the teeth that is present in our comb. The teeth that is present in our comb, in the same way the machine is having the teeth. So with the help of that, combing is done. From there a machine rolls and pulls it out into a thick rope. Then they'll pass it to another machine. With the help of that, they'll make a rope, and in another end they'll twist it and they'll make like a thread. This is the process of spinning. The whole process is called as spinning, where the combing is done, and from that they'll make a rope, and in another end they'll make a thread. This process is called as spinning. So after combing, they'll make it into like a rope. From the rope, and they'll take out a threads, single threads. This process is called as spinning. And in figure number 12 you can see it's combing, and in figure number 13 here it is being wound or reeling spools as well. So they are making the threads. This is called as reeling. Figure number 13. Now thus we get yarn from for weaving, which may be dyed before. So before itself they are applying the color and they are selling it. Now she is able to see the needles. Neelima, they are knitting woolen fabrics by using needles. Wool can be knit easily because it has a natural bend or crimp on it. So in this way they'll knit it and they'll make the sweaters, mufflers. So by using the two needles they'll knit it. The wool has been knitting in order to make a sweater in figure number 14. By making knots with loops and rings of long threads of yarn, woolen fabrics are knitted. In addition to handmade process of knitting, handlooms and powerlooms are also used, on which woolen yarn is woven to make a fabric. So here this is called as manpower. With the help of our hands we are knitting, and here we are using the machine, power looms. Needles are the hand looms, and this machine is called as a power looms. Here also knitting is done with the help of machine, and they are making the fabric, cloth, woolen cloth. Woolen threads are stretched from the top of loom to the bottom. These are called wrap threads. So here they have arranged the woolen fibers from top to bottom. This is called as the wrap threads. The threads that go side to side and weft threads. A shuttle like a big needle takes the weft thread over and under a wrap threads. One more important part of the loom is the harness. The harness lifts up every other wrap thread so that the weft threads goes over one under the next. So here there will be looms in such, they have fixed in such a way, when they lift the harness, one thread of the wool will go this side and one thread from the upside, and another thread like this and another thread like this. In this way they'll start the weaving. The machine itself, it has been, they have harness lifts every wrap. All type of yarn, whether cotton or silk or wool etc., are woven in this manner. So not only wool, even the silk or cotton also, the power loom machines are like this. In zigzag way they will knit it. You can see the video in YouTube, how is the weaving done in the power loom machines. Now Neelima was surprised to see how fast knitting was being carried out. So she sat near a man to observe and learn how to knit. Neelima purchased a book about the woolen fabrics and a sweater for her grandma and returned home. So she went to different types of stalls, from the silk, making of silk and the making of wool. She has observed in the different shops, and she purchased a sweater and she went on. So here, after going home, what she has observed, she made a flow chart from that. She has observed the shearing, scouring, sorting, bleaching, dyeing, combing, rolling, spinning, weaving and woolen fabric. So from the sheep to fabric, how they have done from sheep fleece to fabric. First they have done the shearing process, then scouring, then afterwards sorting, bleaching, dyeing, combing, rolling, spinning, weaving, and then at last they made a woolen fabric. So this is the flow chart that shows from fleece to woolen fabric. Now grandpa asked Neelma to check and make corrections in the sequence. What corrections do you think Neelma need to make? So is there any correction in this chart? This is your homework, children. Try to draw the flow chart from fleece to woolen fabric. Neelima thought that silk and wool are also natural fibers like cotton. She wanted to find out the difference between the silk and cotton. See, silk contains mainly protein and cotton contains mainly carbohydrates called cellulose. Now here they have given a do you know box. Wool is a poor conductor of heat. Air trapped in between the woolen fibers and prevents the flow of heat from our body to our surroundings. So we feel hot and protect from cold. So how does the woolen sweaters protect us from cold? Because they are the poor conductors of heat. They won't send the heat from our body to the outside because they are trapped in between the woolen fibers. So we feel hot when we wear sweaters. And you have to find out the flow chart. Any mistake is there in the flow chart and you have to write down. This is your homework. Thank you.